What's going on, everybody? Jacob Davis here with Rockit Courier. Just want to drop in and follow up on that grandparent video that I did. I know that I've received some phone calls and some text messages, and folks inquiring about grandparent rights. I can only speak to my experience and what's going on here in the state of Texas, and I can tell you that I became aware of grandparent rights because we had a serve to take care of down here in the Austin, Texas area, and it was pretty interesting. You know, um, the grandparents were not able to get contact with their grandchildren. It had been a couple years since their son had passed away, and the mother of the children was basically keeping them from the grandparents. And sometimes that happens. I mean, there's negativity that goes on, and things that happen when folks separated or divorced. But the ones that suffer, like I mentioned in the last video, is the children. It's important that they have relationships with their grandparents and the rest of the family, unless it's toxic. If it's toxic, just best to move on and wait till people get into a better place. But we did have a serve here with Rocky Courier. Like I said, that's how I became aware of grandparents' rights here in the state of Texas. A grandparent can petition the court with through an attorney to help them, and they can petition the court for their rights to have visitation with their children. Even if the parents are incarcerated, they can do that as well. So it's very important for child development that they have these positive relationships with family members. It's a connection to the other side. It takes two to make a child. So I just want to drop in and talk about that briefly as a follow-up, because like I said, I did get some questions from you guys inquiring about the grandparent rights and how that applies and how you would apply as a service of process. You can advertise that. Let folks know that in the state of Texas, if you're a process server here or whatever state you may be in, take a look. Review the statutes on that, and look for something that you might be able to add as a service. Like I said, that's my experience with it. We did have a serve with it, and I know that somebody recently asked me, well, what's the story behind it? Like I said, it's a sad case, man. I mean, the father had passed away to the children, and the mother children started to keep them away from the grandparents. So we did our skip trace. We found the individual, and we went to serve her. Of course, she was not happy. It took a couple attempts, but we got it done. And hopefully everything worked out in court, and hopefully the grandparents and the grandchildren have been reunited. Once again, it's Jacob Davis, Rocket Courier, down here in San Antonio, Texas. Tune in and click the like button. Subscribe to our page. Have a great day, everybody.